Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you what Nocturne can do after the buffs. For those of you who aren't aware, his passive is on a 1 second lower cooldown, and he got some extra attack speed at level 1. So he is very spicy. He was already a really good carry for Iron through Platinum. All you have to do is full clear into gank, repeat that till you're 6, and then win the game. You absolutely do not want to play him lethality. All of his lethality one-shot style builds are extremely unviable with less than a 49% win rate, so 10 out of 10 would not recommend Electrocute, Dark Harvest, or a bunch of lethality item rushes. Instead, take Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Eyeballs with Ultimate Hunter, attack speed 80 and armor. Start bot lane for best loot possible. Weaken path from top to bot to get a kill with not Jhin. But then again, trying to kill Ezreal when he's got a dash with a Yuumi on is going to be challenging. Trying to kill Akali is going to be challenging, so we'll see. We may not be able to get off a gank. We may have to play for double scuttle instead. Good Fiddlesticks players won't take leashes because leashes don't speed up Fiddle's clear at all. It's going to be hard to tell where he started. You want to try to stand on your Q for the extra AD and movement speed. If you're not standing on your Q, then you're missing out on damage. Whenever your Q hits a champion, it follows them. Helps speed you up. Your biggest speed up in your kit is really your E. It's 90% bonus movement speed when someone's feared. When you're moving towards them. It's pretty nuts. 90%, they're the fastest champ in the game. I'll just assume Fiddlesticks started bot side. Fiddlesticks players Iron through D4 almost always start on blue buff Gromp. They don't realize that you never run out of mana on Fiddle, even if you do start on red buff. And yeah, Fiddlesticks actually clears faster. Rat, red, Krugs, into Wolf, blue, Gromp. Much faster. Because when you start on blue, Gromp doesn't spawn in immediately. So there's a lot of wasted time where you could be taking both at once. And it's pretty annoying. Even though 1 second doesn't sound like a lot, Nocturne's passive gets on a very low cooldown. Whenever you hit champions or monsters, per auto, it shaves 3 seconds off. So having an extra second shaved off from the start is pretty nice. It lets you spam your passive quite a bit more against monsters and champs. Now, for laner Nocturne, I mean, it's going to help, but I really think it's better for jungle Nocturne since you get to interact with the jungle monsters and abuse the fact that his passive is a giga low cooldown. We're applying our red buff burn and jungle item burn to both of these. We'll go ahead and smite the blue. And I think we're going to do a pre-315 here. Yeah, pre-315 and we still have E. Beautiful. Full HP, still have a refill. Absolutely gorgeous. We're going to take off his shield before we waste passive. Or our Q. I don't know if it'll... Oh, if it'll path the bot side. We could go mid here, easy peasy. We'll ghost for it. Hit her with a Q. I have on my W, we blocked it so we get a bunch of extra attack speed. Down she goes. I want the XP, and I also want her to be able to leave since she's sitting on a lot of gold XP and a lot of gold, missing a lot of mana, I should say. He's dead. He's so screwed. Oh, come on, baby. Heal me, Jhin. Oh, Jhin doesn't have heal. He has exhaust. So my spell shield came up at a really awkward time. We couldn't find good value for it. When I wanted to use it, I had already been feared right before it came up. So kind of unfortunate. First item rush, we're going to go for Chempunk Chainsword. You don't have to go Chempunk. You can't go wrong with Stridebreaker Rush. Let me make that clear. All these lethality items are an absolute noob trap. Terrible, terrible win rates. You absolutely want to be rushing down Stridebreak. The fact it doesn't recommend this when this is his highest win rate mythic on all of his top 6 builds is insane. You have to go Stridebreak. With that being said, going for Chempunk Chainsword Rush is very cheap. 500 gold cheaper, which is about 2 kills, and it gives more AD, which is really nice, and it gives more ability haste. This gives 55 AD instead of 50, and it gives 25 ability haste instead of 20. So Chempunk is kind of nuts. It helps you get your R up more often, which Nocturne's all about. Irelia is low. I hope she stays for a plate. She's not going to. What we want to do is get close in here, and we can soak these minions over the wall. Most of these, as long as we are close to them. So we got a couple of minions there. Doesn't seem like much, but the XP makes a difference, especially when you're shooting for your level 6. Absolutely do not rush these crappy assassin mythics on Nocturne. It's such a noob trap. The fact they recommend it is why Nocturne's overall win rate's so low, but Nocturne main win rates are so high because they're not building that crap. All the Nocturne mains diamond plus. Nocturne has so much extra AD from his Q. We have 40 extra AD from it right now, which is pretty much a full item in terms of attack damage. Our W is giving us an extra constant 30% attack speed, to where building on hit and building Shredder is absurdly strong on Nocturne. We're gonna R for this. We're such a high level over her. We'll R in, hit her with E midair. We're gonna W that into. We missed our Q, but we did land the fear, which is really all we need. Ooh, Fiddle just got these. Go ahead and break this and look for the invade. So it looks like he did actually start red buff here. I'll go ahead and leave my control ward. Use our Q to get around the map. You do want to be mindful of your mana though. If you're not in the jungle or a river, Nocturne is pretty mana heavy. All of his abilities cost mana. Fiddle's not 6 yet. I want to kill him on his red buff spawn. So I really so far behind. Thinking maybe we do Krugs first. Krugs into red. I wish I knew where he was. He might have reset. Really no clue where this guy's at. I don't want to gank Akali. I don't trust this for Nectin. I'll just go ahead and start it. Fiddlesticks is bot side. This is perfect. I wish Herald was up. I would take it right now. We'll use our E on it since we know where the Fiddle's at. He's still trying to get level 6. He hit it at a decent time. Pre 7-minute 30 is always solid as a jungler. Nothing to be sad about there. We hit a super early one since we were sharing minion XP after successful ganks. I can't get to that in time and I don't have my R, so that would be bad for me to go to. He loses 3 camps for that overextension bot lane. I'm going to shove this too. I don't know. I mean, Ahri shouldn't have roamed there is what I'm trying to say. Ahri could have gotten a guaranteed 1 plate plus minion golden XP advantage. Or she can roam and probably not get a kill. They got dragon. I got to get out of here. He sees I have red buff, so he probably knows I took his. The Yuumi and Ezreal were guarding him too, so we'll pop oracles. We don't want to blind face check this. Hover our cursor behind us. Just make sure he's not on it real quick. Cool. Ghost Nocturne way outscales Ignite Nocturne. You only take Ignite on Nocturne if you're not comfortable in the matchup and you think you're going to get soloed. So for example, if it's like a Warwick, something super beefy. We got on our W, we blocked her attacks, and now we get a bunch of extra attack speed. She's dead. Oh wow, she didn't die. Did she pop a potion or something? Oh my god. She does have inspiration, so she might have that rune that makes your potion heal half instantly. Should have just stayed on top of her, but she got a huge chunk of health back there from something. It's unfortunate. We have a nice little CS lead. Akali's low. I think we can take Herald here fairly safely. You can spell shield this hit, by the way. Any ability from the Herald, Baron abilities, or every dragon auto as well. All the dragon autos are coded as abilities because back in the day, Pantheon could solo dragon at level 2 since his shield used to block passively auto attacks and stuff. So that's why dragon will scrape your banshees or Sivir spell shield, Nocturne W. Our R is on cooldown, but we do have Ghost, so we could look for this. This isn't terrible to look for here. Go for Emax second because per level it gets a lot of damage. We missed our blue smite. That sucks. We burned our Ghost for that, but we did get her flash, so it's not a terrible trade since Ghost is a way shorter cooldown than flash by about a minute and a half. It is what it is. Nice. Fiddle might be in my jungle. I kind of want this. The fact that Akali's roaming is making me nervous. He doesn't know that I know he's here. Hey buddy, I got on my spell shield. Gonna fear him where I want him to go. And down you go. Got a full lethal tempo stack there. Super big. R is up, so we should look for the gank. Every time you're on a power spike, you should feel a pressure to find something. You shouldn't force it, but you should definitely be looking for it. And this looks doable. Starting to wonder if this is warded because they ran away really fast. We'll fade away. We can still reach from out of vision. There it is. We're going to spell shield that. Apparently they hit us with something else, so I couldn't follow it very well. I wasn't able to block the Yumi snare with my spell shield, so I'm not quite sure what I blocked with it. Maybe she hit me with... I don't even know. She hit me with something. I need to reset. We're sitting on so much gold that even though we can solo anyone on their team right now due to level advantage, it's greedy because we have shutdown gold. Shutdown gold is the great equalizer in League of Legends. So we're going to go ahead, get our Chem Punk, lots of AD and ability haste. Then we'll look for tier 2 boots against their team. I'm feeling the Merc Tread option here. You can press for Lucids. I hate these recommended items. They're so bad. Gosh, give me my items. There we go. I'll sell one. I don't need both. So what was I saying? Yeah. You can go Lucids. That's usually more for lethality Nocturne, which isn't viable right now because all the durability buffs to dragons and heralds and champions. So normally you're going to go for mercs or plated. If you are really fed, you can still go for Lucids for the lower cooldown on an R. They have Irelia stun, Fiddle Fear, Yumi Snare, Yumi Slow, Yumi magic damage, Fiddle, Akali magic damage. So the triple magic damage, we'll get really good value from these. Our R is about to be up. We need to find something here. I don't know if I can actually get there in time bot though. I could probably kill everyone here? Question mark. I need to go lay my Herald mid. Fiddle's low. He doesn't have items either. He's no full items. Just tier 2 boots against my tier 2 boots and then no completed item versus my Chem Punk Chainsword. Yeah, they're throwing right before drag fight. I'm about to have vision of Fiddle. I assume he started it. Got on our spell shield and he's a goner. Thank you for the free dragon, Fiddle. The main way you lose on Nocturne is by not full clearing. If you're doing just 3 camps in a gank, that's oftentimes how you'll lose because you won't be getting enough XP. It's too risky. Another way is you're just over ganking. You're just going to random ganks without R or Ghost. So they're not panning out. If you can't get behind the enemies, it's a bad gank since Nocturne doesn't have the best gap closers without R or Ghost. Wanted to lay that to get double plate before my Herald or the plates ran out, which pretty much both were about to happen. Fiddle's about to see me. Wait, she actually thinks she wins this? Yeah, I hit her with my Q. I don't want to die though. I have a lot of shutdown goals. She did a lot of damage considering I have the mercs in her Sorks, which is a great counter. Sorks only have 18 penetration versus my 25 magic resist. So even with the boot counter and full item advantage, it was still more close than it should have been. I'll be taking that. There's no one on the map from their team. We have nothing to gank. I'm gonna hold on to E since we already have the shield off and I want to R something. Fiddle's probably hovering the walls here. In fact, she's playing crazy. Oh my goodness, we're taking a lot of damage. I'm gonna keep an eye on Azrael, see if he R's me. Doesn't seem to be. I also have spell shield coming up, so if I cover my screen I can see it coming and react. Doesn't look like he's trying to. Probably wasn't paying attention. Ahri dies to most likely Fiddler. Nocturne, that type of stuff doesn't matter. Just got to focus on what you're doing. I think Nocturne's really just a better version of Shyvana. He can shred harder, and his R is more consistent than hers. Hers is a skill shot that they can flash or juke. Nocturne's R is a heat-sinking missile. It can't miss. Closest thing to it missing is if they have Zhonya's. Gonna blue smite him, then I'll look for the... yeah, that Yuumi R is unfortunate. And the E, W, blue smite. Yuumi can't use her attach since she got CC'd. We're on full lethal tempo shredding her while she's exhausted. Then we get her with E, down she goes. We have enough HP to deal with Fiddlesticks, especially since his R, I believe, is on cooldown. He also has item disadvantage. He can't deal with us even as is. Ezreal's gonna head back to lane, possibly without Yuumi. He's about 4.5 seconds disjointed. We could play for Herald here. That's probably the best option. There's no other neutral, but I could have stayed for bot turret. I think Herald's better here. What am I couldn't even tell what the real one was, but he got feared. Yeah, goodbye, Fiddle. This isn't a good matchup for Fiddle, by the way. It can work for Fiddle if you can get Zhonya's early enough. They did just make Zhonya's more expensive, though. If he doesn't have Zhonya's, Nocturne will pop Fear, and then Fiddle's gonna die. Gonna chop him up into pieces. If you block his Fear or really any ability with your W on him, you kill him so fast. I want this Herald. Try not to waste your R on champions that you can't kill with your R. Kali's a great example. She'll go invisible and then you can't really find her. It's too challenging. Best champion on their team to R is the Irelia and the Ezreal. If Ezreal mistimes his jump, my R will still heat sink onto him post jump. If he uses it before I technically make contact. And plus the Irelia, what is she going to do? Nocturne, in fact, fun fact for you guys. Fun fact of the day. Irelia is Nocturne's best matchup in the game, at least in the top lane. It is absurdly Nocturne favored. You have more attack speed than her. From your WW block, you can always block her stun, always block one of her abilities because they're very telegraphed. Whether she's dashing to you or trying to stun you, you always have enough time to do so. Yeah, and then your Fear, she can't get away. It's really nasty for her to try to deal with. A lot of interesting, kind of impossible matchups. Teemo into Malzahar top. Teemo can't do anything. It's impossible. Malzahar can shove him. Malzahar could just play safe, hit 6. Malzahar can then solo kill him or just take a gank. Ooh, what is this? Yuumi out of position. I have Herald. If she stays for this, she dies. Yeah, really. Hit her with Ian midair. Stride break, down she goes. Try to hit your stride break immediately and your Ian midair. That way, when they get slowed from your stride break, they won't be able to get out of your E range in time to break the tether, even if they flash. You can stride break in midair, and you can also E in midair. I use my W to block a dragon auto, mitigate damage, plus I got an extra 30% attack speed for 6 seconds. These guys are definitely going to FF. This is not looking good for them. They're only WinCon's Draxel at this point. They don't have a great tool for pilling me off their backline. I think against Nocturne, the best thing you can do is to play double Zhonya's comp. So like maybe play Swain bot with Thresh or something. So you can always hourglass the Nocturne R, and Thresh can always lantern whoever Nocturne's trying to kill. Because if Nocturne is failing to land complete E's, then yeah, he does lack a lot of kill pressure. It's his landing the Fear is what really gives him what he needs. Oh yeah, really. My R's up, buddy. We block the stun, stride breaker, and down she goes. Close fight. Now that she's dead, it's time to push the map. After kills, after you get kills, or if you have a lead, you absolutely shouldn't go back into your own jungle to farm, especially when you're healthy enough to press forward. When you have an advantage, you need to press the advantage. Otherwise, your advantage is diluted by people passively getting gold from killing minions, or just from the game giving them gold per second, which was increased, I believe, last season or a season before last season. They give like everyone 30 or 50% more gold passively to try to even out games. This Ezreal's being a goofball. My R was up, we'd kill him. Don't know where Fiddle is. He's probably lurking off to the side or he's AFK at this point. We don't need to even take a dive though. We can just play for every dragon and they can't step up to fight it. What do you call it? And she gets away. I think Fiddle's AFK. I don't want to die for the Yuumi. Turret was already heated up and I don't have plated. I have mercs. I think Fiddle did rage quit. I can smell it. My build did end here. If he is actually AFK. Oh, she's so greedy. She's gonna die for that. Nocturne E does a lot of damage actually. Its base damage starts at 80, which is pretty good. Does damage over its duration. Put down our Q to shred this. Extra AD. They can't stop it. We'll put them out of their misery. Do the noble thing. Truly noble. Oh god. Almost just died. Alright, and that is it. We'll take a look at the graphs. Damage dealt, damage taken. Nocturne feels awesome. Just don't play him Assassin with lethality because that's a goofball move. Let's look at damage dealt, damage taken. Looking at damage taken, we'd taken the most in the game. Looking at runes, we had pretty good value. Super happy with how strong Nocturne is right now. He's one of my main, if not my main, 80 junglers at the moment. I'm enjoying Fiddle as my main AP jungler. Nunu is my backup. Zac is my third. And then for my 80 junglers, Nocturne is the first in the stable with Kayn and Kindred pretty much tied for second. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is KingSticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.